What's with the big bang?
A new Yonkooptcg video.
Sorry, I just yelled at you.
What is up, guys? Zach here with Yonkooptcg with a new deck breakdown for y'all today. Let's go over it. Today we have Purple Yellow Rosinante. This guy is an absolute stud right now. He's popping up all over the place. He's going to be a meta deck in the next set. So really excited. This deck breakdown that I'm going to do for you is for the next set in OP15 where all these cards get released. And shout out to Card Kaizuko because I got this deck from him, so I don't want to take credit for it because I didn't build it myself. I saw his video. I wanted to try it out and see if it's any good. And it's been amazing. It's my new favorite deck that I've been running recently, and I'm definitely going to be building it out. So let's get into it real quick. So right here we have our Law Searcher. So this deck is going to be a lot of searchers. Your searchers are very important. We got 3 of them. And the problem with the searchers is they all search for different things. So this Law searches for Straw Hat Crew and Heart Pirates. Then you have Sugar, who only searches for Don Quixote Pirates. And then this Rosinante searcher, who only searches for Law Pirates. So the great thing about this deck, though, is this card right here, the Rosinante Law, because under the rules of this game, also treat this card's name as Trafalgar Law or Don Quixote Rosinante, which works out great for this card and the Sugar. You can't get it with this Law because it's not a Heart Pirate or a Straw Hat Crew. So that's the only downside to this deck. Going on, let's go to Usohachi. This is a utility card, 2k counter. If you have 8 or more Dawn, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a 5 cost or less. I typically use this for the blockers that they have to try to swing. The whole point of this deck, obviously, is because it has a lot of blockers. You gotta be consistent with it and know when to swing with your blockers and when not to swing with them. Play a little bit safer sometimes if you don't think you can survive that next turn. We got this promo Law right here. Blocker on play if the number of Dawn cards on your field is equal to or less than the number of your opponent's field. Add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as rested. So actually, let's go back. Let's go over the leader abilities. So once per turn, if your Law card would be KO'd, you may add the top card of your life pile to your hand instead. So if one of your blockers gets KO'd, or one of your Law cards, I should say, that gets KO'd, and you want to keep it, you can do that once per turn. That comes in really handy. And then the Dawn -1 during this turn, the next time you play Trafalgar Law from your hand with a cost of 4 or more, they will get a reduced cost by 2. So that is amazing. So going back to this card, so this basically becomes a 2k or a 2 cost card, and then you add up 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as rested. So it's a net 0. So you don't lose any, you don't gain any. It's great. This Law card, he had 3 in it. I dropped it down to 2 because I found having an extra Gamma Knife, because he ran 2 and I run 3, is a little bit more useful for just my playstyle in general. Just to get those big bodies out the way, because your highest cost card or highest power card is 8k. With these 2, so it just helps out with the big bodies and kind of clear board out. So I like that a little bit more. Moving on, Virgo, he's for decks that he's a utility card. He's for decks that will KO cards with card effects. You can just Dawn -1 once per turn. So use him. I don't use him as frequent as I probably should against those kinds of decks, so I gotta get better at that. And then the bread and butter for this, the Rosinante and Law. On play, if the number of Dawn cards on your field is equal to or less than the number on your opponent's field, draw 1 card. Then add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. That's great. I usually play him towards the end just to get a blocker up, swing with all my guys, play him with the leader ability, get him out, and then I save that 1 Dawn, or if I need 2 Dawn in the later game with an I love you, but we'll get to that. This Law card. OP12 Law card on play if the number of Dawn cards on your field is equal to or less than the number of your opponent's field, add to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. Then your Don Quixote Rosinante and your Heart Pirate types get plus 1,000, just the characters I should say, get plus 1,000 until the end of your opponent's next turn. So I combo this one with this EBO3 Law card. It gets Rush, and then you get Activate Main. You may trash 1 card from your hand, and then trash this character. Add up to 1 card from your deck to your top of your life. Then play up to 1 law card with a cost of 7 or less. So you Dawn -1, you play her out, or him, excuse me. It does look like a girl though, but big 2/6 can't say that. So play him out or her, and swing, trash a card from your hand. Play this out for free. All your blockers get plus 1,000 for whatever you keep up, or just all your heart pirates or Rosinante characters get plus 1,000 until the end of your opponent's next turn. It keeps you healthy and goes with your leaders too. So that's super nice. Moving on, this is the Rosinante searcher that I already talked about. I think I said this is characters only. This is for your leader as well. Your leader gets plus 1,000. Baby 5, this is an OP12 card. She's more of just a counter too. You can search her with the sugar, and then her trigger is okay. If your leader is multicolored, draw 2 cards. I've actually had quite a few games where I've used that trigger with only having her in hand, pulling her from life, and then I get 2 cards that I need, like the law card right here, or the I love you, that basically have saved me games. This law card, promo card, it's just a vanilla card, really. The trigger you can't use because if your leader has supernova type, which Rosinante isn't, your opponent's life total to, if your leader has a supernova type, and you're in, oh, this is wrong because it's translated to English, I think. Yeah, your opponent's life total to 5 or less, play this card. Yeah, I think that's translated a little wrong. This isn't out yet. That's what why I can't play this. I don't think... No, this is out. Yeah. Moving on to Gamma Knife. Pretty self-explanatory. 2 costs. Dawn -1. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 5,000 power. Already talked about that. I don't really use the trigger. That's super situational. And then the I love you counter. Up to one of your leaders or characters gain plus 2,000 during this battle. Then if you have 2 or less cards in your life area, add up to 1 Trafalgar Law from your trash to your hand. So it's basically what I use this for is, let's say they swing into lead and I need a counter with just 2k. I'll play this. After I've already used this this law card, I'll grab this from the trash, and then it's just rinse and repeat with this. You know, but this only activates at 2 or less life, and there's been many times that I've used this and I'm like, oh crap, I don't have 2 or less life because I'm at 3. So just gotta be careful with that. It is situational, or it's not situational, but you just gotta be aware of your life at that point. So we have a couple games to go over. Let's get into them and let's see how we did. All right, into the first game, we got Rosinante versus Doflamingo. So this is a deck where you want to go first a majority of the time. There's not many matchups where you want to go second. So starting off, we're going to start with our Rosinante searcher and then get our Rosinante in law. That's going to be great for our 4 cost turn. No, 5 costs, because we can play them out then for a cost of 4. Going in, then we're going to play Sugar, set her up. We don't really have much else to play, so we're just going to play another one too, and then we're going to rest one of them, see if we can get a law. That's the law that you're going to want though, but unfortunately we can't take him because he's not a Don Quixote pirate type. So he's going to deflect into Dellinger after we swing into lead, which makes sense, so he can search for his cards. Let's see how long he takes to search. So let's see if he's going to take forever. Nope, he was pretty quick about it, so not too bad there. Moving on to his 4 Dawn turn. Let's see what he decides to do. He's going to search with the Sugar. Can't talk, Jesus. But search with the Sugar. He gets the Monet from the search, then plays out another Sugar. Let's see who he searches for again. He gets a Doflamingo card, and then he's going to swing into our Sugar. So since we already have one up, we'll just take that, not a big deal. So let's see what we can do now. So we're going to take one of his Sugars away with the Rosinante. He's not going to counter out of that. At least he shouldn't. I wouldn't. He might redirect into leader, but no reason to waste. So he just takes. And then I was thinking here, like, should I rest? Yeah, it makes sense to rest her to search or just swing into lead. But it just makes sense to, or not swing into lead, swing into the other Sugar so he can't rest. But it's just a free Dawn to take and a free search. So then we're going to play out the Rosinante in law for a cost of 4. We get 1 back active. And then now we can swing into that Sugar. And then he might redirect with his leader ability, but he doesn't. He decides to take, which is interesting. So we'll play out another one of our Rosinante searchers, and we'll get another Rosinante in law out of that. So really good, setting up really nice for this for the long game, because when you're playing these purple decks, just like we are, you're pretty much just setting up for the long haul. Try and get your all your players on your board, know when to swing, know when not to swing, know when to keep your blockers up. So moving on onto his, what that be, sixth dawn turn. Let's see what he decides to do. Plays out his Monet. Makes sense that since he just searched for it, or he might have another one in hand, but either way, still gotta get through it. So we're going to search with our sugar, and then we're going to grab a I love you, which is perfect for our counter for this turn. Then we're going to play another Rosinante in Law, get an active Dawn for that. Sitting at 3 Dawn right now. We probably are going to swing with lead, and then with our other Rosinante in Law, try to get his health down as much as possible, or his life down as much as possible. Yep, attach a Dawn, swing. I feel comfortable swinging in this position because I still have I have a ton of counter in my hand, and then I have a whole nother blocker up, so I'm not too worried about it. He redirects into Monet. He does have a lot of cards in hand. The Law card, that's a 4 cost but a 5k blocker, would be really good here. It's actually right there in the top of my deck, or top of my hand, because he has to discard a card if I -1 Dawn, and then if he has 7 or more in his hand. So he plays out the Dofi, freezes 3 of my characters so they can't rest. So he decides to swing into lead with leader for 5. We'll counter out with 1, and then onto our 9 Dawn turn. Right here, I'm kind of deciding on what to do because I can't rest sugar for the free Dawn, and I think I'm just going to swing into lead here for 6. Let's see if he redirects. I don't think he will. There's no reason to really, but we don't have much else we can really do because of all of our blockers or just characters being rested. So let's do Dawn -1. We'll play out that 7 cost Law, but we don't get the +1000 onto characters because we don't have equal or less Dawn, so we just kind of have to end our turn there. Not much else we can do, but we do get our blockers back that we can rest, and he plays out another Monet, so that's nice. That means he doesn't have the 10 cost Dofi to play again, and then he plays out a Virgo, and then he just ends turn. Yeah, there was not much else he could do. He knew I was going to block with everything. So moving on, let's see what we can do here. It's 10 Dawn. Let's rest with sugar. Let's get a card out. Let's see. We can't really take much, so we're just going to have to take the Virgo there. And then we'll attach a Dawn, maybe a couple Dawn to our leader. Then we'll swing into lead with it. Let's see if he redirects it. Maybe. He has a lot of counter in hand, so I doubt he doesn't really have much to redirect into. So we'll attach a Dawn onto our Law. Swing in for 9 into lead, and then he's going to decide. I think he counters out of this, or he might redirect into that Dofi card, but he's taking his time, wants to decide. I get it, been there, done that, took my time. So yep, he Dawn -1, redirects into Dofi. We're okay with that, so we'll just go blocker with the Rosinante Law, swing into that with 9k, and then he's going to have to take that one too. We're going to Dawn -1 here, and we're going to play out another Rosinante in Law, just to have 2 blockers up, really protect our life. We're sitting really healthy with 4 life right now. So I kept this game in here because I did make a couple mistakes, and I'll point them out when they happen, but that's okay. We're going to let him take the sugar. He swings 5k into sugar with his leader. We're okay with that. We can live. We pretty much have all the cards that we need to win this game anyway, so her staying on the field was more just a way to use 1 Dawn instead of just having to swing in with our attach it to our leader and swing in with that. So now he's deciding, I guess, on who to attack. So he's going to attack with Virgo. He's going to give 1 Dawn back, -2000 to one of my characters. So we're just going to block out of this one. Again, I have plenty of counter in my hand too, so I'm just trying to save it as much as I can. So he's going to swing in with Sanji with 2. And let's see what we decide to do here. We're going to counter out of it. Like I said, we just have so much counter. So we'll go 2-1 with that Law Searcher. And then he attaches a Dawn onto Monet. We should just be able to get out of this with a 2k. Yep, we're going to use Baby 5. Easy peasy. And now I'm just looking at my trash right here to see when I can use my I love you and see what I can grab out. But this is the mistake I was talking about, because you can only pull out a card from the trash if you're at 2 or less life. And I just messed up. I got a little ahead of myself. You know, mistakes happen. You live from it. You move on. It's okay. Let's turn this around. We're still looking really healthy. All of our cards on the board are extremely strong. So let's go ahead and Gamma Knife this Don Quixote right here. Let's get that out of there. Get that Dofi out of there. And let's just start swinging into it. Get him to use his leader ability. He should use it into Dellinger right here. But no, oh, he just counters out of it. Interesting. So we'll swing with our non-blocker first. Try to save as many blockers as I can. So then he uses leader ability, get out of that attack. But we're just going to swing again into it. It's not living this turn. Tired of seeing it. It's got to go. So Rosinante and Law onto the Dofi. Let's see if he decides to counter out of it. It's a lot of cards. I mean, he has to counter with 5k, so that's at least 3 cards in hand. He has no active Dawn, can't use any events, and he just lets it go. So just too much power right there. And then we'll Dawn -1. We'll get another blocker up. That's only a two cost for that card, so it's just worth it, and you get that rested Dawn back. And then we'll swing at Virgo, so he can't do that -2000 again. And then he decides to counter out of this and keep Virgo. That's fine. We're just trying to get some cards out of his hand. And then he plays another 10 cost Dofi, Dawn -3. And then he's going to freeze 3 of my cards. So it's probably going to be 3 of my blockers. Yep, my big boys too, my Rosinante and Law. That's okay. We can get through this. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a little annoying, but that's fine. So we don't have much counter in hand. We'll just block out of this one. And then we're just going to have to take some life at this point. So that we'll take, and then we get our 7 cost or 7 Dawn Law, which is great for next hand because it will boost us up. Hopefully, it may or may not actually. We might, yeah, we're gonna have less Dawn than him. So we'll see what I decide to do. We're just gonna get rid of that instead of using our leader ability. Still have 2 life, so we're even at life right now. And then we draw a I Love You, which is perfect, and then we have a Sugar as well. So let's see what we decide to do here. We're going to attach 2 Dawn to leader, probably. Let's see, yeah, leader. And then we'll swing into deciding between these two. We'll swing it to Virgo. Let's see how bad he wants to keep it, or if he just uses leader ability. I don't think he's going to use his leader ability yet. He's already used so much Dawn already. Nope, he just counters out. Then we play Sugar. We'll rush Sugar. And let's see what we can search for. We're probably just going to take I Love You. Get some more counter in our hand for later on. Pull a Law out the trash if we need to. And then we'll use Law ability to Dawn -1. We'll play out our 7 cost Law. And we don't get the +1000 on our characters because he has less Dawn than us. So that's okay. But at least it's a body on the board for next turn. We'll just swing 8 into lead and see what we can do. And there he uses his leader ability, and now he has even less Dawn, which is great for us going into the next hand. And we have 3 blockers up, 3 8k blockers. So we're sitting nice and good. He does have, what is that, 2, 4, 6, 7 cards in hand. So let's see what he does here. He doesn't have enough Dawn to play another Dofi out, so that's okay. So he'll swing 10 into lead. We'll just take that one, and we get a great card. We get our 7 cost Law that restores health, so if we need to use that next round, we will. Then we'll just block that one. Then he plays out a Dofi right there, and then another Rosinante. Still sitting really good. We might be able to go for game next round, so let's see what he does. Still, he has a couple more options. He's probably not going to swing with that Sanji. Still deciding, taking his time. Yep, but he just ends turn. Alright, so sitting with 10 Dawn right now. Let's see what we can do. We should be able just to go for game right here. So let's do Dawn onto our leader, I would say. Yep, and we'll swing 7 at lead. And then we'll start swinging with our non-blockers first for sure. Deciding what he wants to do. Doesn't have the any blockers up. Uses an event. And then trashes Virgo. So we'll go 2 and we'll swing 10. 10 into 5. Let's see what he can do. Not much. He's going to have to leader ability soon. I say we just swing everything we got into him. Just keep adding 2 Dawn to each. Just start swinging 10k into him every single time. And there he uses his leader ability. So we're looking really good right now. We'll swing with our non-blocker again just to save those just in case. And then we'll swing with a 9k. Yeah, we're going to do 9. And we'll probably do 9, 9, and then 10 again. Yep, looks like that's what we're going to do. 9, 9, 10 again. Yep. He has to give up too much counter for this. He just doesn't have the counter. and then 10. And that should be GG's. And that should be game right there. So we're going to move on to the next one. And the next two are actually against Troy using red, yellow Bonnie. So I'll see you guys there. And here we are going up against Troy with red, yellow Bonnie. Man texted me at work saying he has some free time, so we got a couple games in. This is who he's going to be running in the next set in OP15, so I want to get some practice in because I'm definitely running purple, yellow Rosinante in the next set. So we'll start off with our Rosinante searcher. Not much we can grab here. We'll grab this law, and then after that we'll play another law searcher, and then we can grab pretty much nothing. So unfortunate, so we're just going to bottom deck all those cards, and 2 of those were I love you, and that's really important to have, so that sucks. So moving on, we're just going to in turn and see what he can do. Alright, so he plays out the Sentimaru blocker, takes a card from his life, and he's going to attach a Dawn, swing 6 in the lead. We're just going to take this one here. So we get the Law Searcher, probably play that out, and then see what we get from that. We're probably going to take Law here. Might not be bad to take Gamma Knife. Okay, so we take Law, that's fine. And then Dawn -1. We'll play out that promo Law. Get arrested Dawn for that. Net 0 on that so we don't lose and we don't gain, which is nice. Let me know in the comments, guys, what decks you guys are running. So we're going to swing into the, or he redirects into Sentimaru because he's a blocker. But yeah, let me know what decks you guys are going to be running for the next set. I'm really interested to see what you guys are running. It looks like a lot of people are going to be running this purple yellow Rosinante that I built. And then this deck too looks interesting with the red and yellow VV, or not VV, red and yellow Bonnie. But that VV deck looks really interesting too. Really annoying with that Tom and Pell. Alright, so we play out another Rosinante searcher. Get a Law out of that, so that's nice. That's going to heal us up later on. And then we're just going to switch it out, play out the Rosinante and Law. And then we should swing in here. Maybe we get Perona set up. Yep, we're going to get Perona set up for next turn because that's just a free Dawn use. Swing 5 at lead. And then we'll probably swing 6 into lead with that Perma Law. Nope, we're just going to in turn, keep a blocker up. That's fine. Why didn't we do that though? I guess to save from 2 swings. Well, that works out actually because he gets the character rush and he's not going to be able to swing into anything. So we're probably just going to counter this so he can't swing in with that Zoro. Ooh, no, we might have to block this here now. Or, nope, we just take. So we take away that Zoro rush, which is probably the smart thing to do. So going here, we probably should go Perona Search, since we use a free Dawn with that. And then we can take it out, and then let's see who we grab. Maybe a Virgo, yep, Virgo, and then we'll do Dawn -1. We'll play out the Law. Yep, we're going to play out the Law, take that Law Searcher out. Swing 6 into Nami. Yep, swing 6 into Nami. And then we'll trash her, and we'll play out a free Law card that's 7 costs or less. We have 2 blockers up. We should go with the 7 cost Law that gives you +1000 to all your characters. So we trash Virgo, gain a life, and then we play that out, gain an active Dawn. And then now we can swing in for some bigger hits since his leader is +2000 with that leader ability. Or I'm sorry, that's from the Zoro Rush. Then he plays another Zoro Rush into his life, which is nice. Or I'm sorry, he didn't play that in there. He revealed it. So let's see what we can do. He gets a blocker with that Luffy. That Luffy is absolutely busted. And then with that new Porcelino added to that deck too, that is some scary stuff he has on his board. So we're just gonna have to outlast this. Definitely gonna have to use a blocker with that, and we'll just use 1k. We only have 3k counter in hand, so it's a little scary right now, but right now I think we can survive with everything on board. So let's see what we do. We might take this. I think we're going to take that. Yep. And lucky enough, we get another Law card to heal us up for the next round. So let's use Perona. Let's see. Let's get an I Love You or a Gamma Knife. Oh, actually, we can't take Gamma Knife. Oh, we can't take I Love You either. That's right. So we have to take Baby 5. But that's more counter, so she's a 2k. So we're sitting with what, 2, 4, 6, 7 counter. in hand. And then we get to heal up too, so that's not too bad. Not much we can swing into, so we're just gonna have to trash this card here. We'll trash, I'm stuck between one of the counters, but we can trash him. So trashing Law, just hoping that we get a I Love You, but if you remember in the beginning, we did bottom deck 2 of them, which really hurt us there, and we just bottom decked another one, so it's not looking too good for us with the I Love You, so we're just gonna have to get through this game without them. So just gotta be smart about our swings. We can swing in with 9. We'll go into Zoro or lead. Probably Zoro. Yeah, because he could just block with the lead. So and I don't want him to get that other Zoro to play out next hand because he's going to be at a 4,000 base. So not ideal. And we'll just keep all of our blockers up and just hold out. So he does get another Zoro. He had one in hand. And he does get character rush. So his board texture is super deep right now. This was a rough one, so let's see how we finish this game out. Let's see if we can get the win. He only attacks 1 time. Interesting. Really interesting. I'm surprised he didn't do. He didn't attack with the other Zoro. So we're gonna go 10 into. What would that be? 4,000, 9,000. Yeah, 10 into 9,000 again. Counters 2k, just has all the counter in the world, but we have to go for game right here, so we're just going to swing everything we got into him. Just doing the math right now, seeing what I can do. I would just... are we going down -1? Oh, we play out a Rosinante and Law to get an active Dawn? Did we not... oh, no, because he's at 9,000 power. That's right, the math's not adding up. So... I just figured we'd have to survive this turn. If we survive this turn, we win this game, hands down. That's the scary part about going up against this deck, is that Vivi is, or that I keep saying Vivi. The Bonnie is just so power boosted by those Zoros, and then by the leader ability of getting another 2,000. She's just a constant base 9,000 because of the plus 4,000 that she gets from the Zoro and the. And her leader ability is insane. So right here, we're just going to get rid of that card. We'll save our leader ability to save a Law card for later on because you can only use that once per turn. And I'm just getting no counters in my hand, but we still have 2 blockers up, so we're sitting okay-ish. And then he plays out the Rush Bonnie. That's scary. We're just going to have to get rid of that. And then there's the final I Love You Too from our life, of course, where we could have used that. So we'll just get rid of all these. And let's just try to, we're just going to try to go for game here at this point. So we're just going to attach 5 to our leader, swing 10 at 7. He uses blocker. And then he concedes. He didn't have anything else, so we're just going to get right into the next match right here. So let's get into it. Same matchups, so let's see what we can do. The Choi chose to go second this time, so let's see what we can get going first. So let's play out our Law Searcher. We'll get our promo Law right there. So that sets up pretty nice for next turn. Also, guys, let me know in the comments below who you think is going to be top dog next set 2. Do you think Bo is still going to be on top of the leaderboard? Do you think there's going to be a new leader out there that takes the world by storm? I think this purple yellow Rosinante is going to be really popular. I can see red and black Sabo also being really good too. He's getting a bunch of buffs as well. I think Boa is still going to be relevant too. It's just too consistent, especially with that new Borsalino card. It's going to help her out just as much. I'm a little scared about Vivi. I'm not going to lie. Vivi's a little scary with that Tom and Pell. You know, her ability to give rush to any character without a when attacking ability, and he's a double attack. So I'm just with this yellow body deck though, or red and yellow body, it's not too bad because you want to get to low life, but for other decks like it can be a little scary with that rush ability. So I'm probably just going to be that type of player to just swing everything into it. So back to the gameplay. Let's see. We're going with Dawn -1, get a long Rosinante out, and we'll gain an active Dawn. We'll swing 6 out lead. For him, it's not too bad when we're swinging so much because he wants to get to low life. So That's also like the bad thing about that. I mean, look how many cards he has in hand too. He has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 11, 11, 12 cards in hand. Like, that's insane right now. So he plays out his Nami, and then we get to take a life from that, or we have to take a life from that. Attaches a Dawn to his leader. He's gonna swing at us for 6. And then he plays that Pacifista. I didn't know what that did, so I had to look at it real quick. So yeah, swing 6, and then we'll just counter out of that, stay a little bit healthier. But we both have a ton of cards in hand. It's gonna be a really, really interesting matchup. I think I got lucky sometimes because Troy's again is still learning this deck. And I'm not the best at playing my deck, but I had much more practice than he did playing purple, yellow Rosinante to his practice playing Vivi. Or gosh, I keep saying Vivi, playing Bonnie. So we're just saying 7 at lead, and just try to get a card out of hand. Just try to bring him down some cards. He has way too many in hand right now. And then we'll play our 7-cost Law, give plus 1,000 to all of our characters. Helps us out since he's always like a plus 2,000 it feels like, and we'll swing with one of our blockers. So we're just going to swing 9 into lead right here. He counters out of it, to be expected. He's sitting at 1 life, so he's going to try to stay a little bit healthy. He's probably going to play, what's her name? Yeah, that one, to take a life and switch it out with a card that he wants. So it's probably going to be a trigger, probably going to be that Vegapunk event card where he gets to play out the Borsalino blocker for free. Would not surprise me in the slightest. So I think that's typically the play right there for that deck, and pretty much every yellow deck that's going to be running that, especially with Boa. I think Boa's going to be doing that a lot too. But he swings 10 into lead. Insane. So we're just going to have to take that one. And then he just ends turn. We get an I Love You, which is amazing. That puts us at a really good standpoint with counter. So we're sitting at what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12k in block, in counter I mean. So let's see what we decide to do here. Trying to decide on if I want to swing with my blockers right now, because he's at 7 right now. So I guess we're going to swing 7 to lead, and then after that we'll Dom -1, probably heal up here. So yep, that's the event, and then he plays out the Borsalino. Called it out. It's so obvious when people do stuff like that. We'll swing in with our non-blocker Law, swing 9 to 7, get him to use 2 cards at least. Yep, baby 5, and then Nami. Then we leader ability. We're going to play out another blocker. Oh yeah, we did have the Dawn to play out that 8-drop Law. It's either that or I miscounted, but I think I wanted more blocker out there because he just has so much to swing in with, and we're only at 1 life right now. Oh, actually what it was is I didn't have a Rosinante Law or the 7-drop Law to play out for free with that 8-cost Law. So there's no point in playing that, I felt like, and I felt I could survive this round without doing that with how much counter we have in hand. Yep, so right here we should just block. Yep, that's exactly what we do, and he just ends turn. So let's see what we can do here. We got a Rosie Searcher. Let's see if we can get a Rosie in Law. Yep, we do. Awesome. So now we'll play out the 8-drop Law, and we'll swing at the Nami, I would say. Just get a free attack off its rush character too, so... no, we don't decide to do that. I think we were looking at it and going for game here. And that Nami, I think she takes a life if you swing into her. I'm not too sure. I don't remember, to be honest with you. So, I can't remember every card in the game. So, it's, that's my bad. It's my knowledge. I don't know every card in the game. Sometimes I have to read them. So let's see. So we swung with our 8-drop or our 7-cost Law, and then we'll just keep some blockers up. We have 3 right now, so he has a lot of bodies on board. He has a lot of blockers too. So we couldn't go for game right there. Not at that point, but we did get him to 3 cards in hand, which that's huge. So next turn we should be going for game. Let's see what he decides to do. He plays out Rush Bonnie. We have plenty of blockers for this and counter still. So, and we just drew another 2k counter from life, so sitting good. We should just counter out of this one. We're going to play I Love You. Let's grab the Law back just in case we have to heal again. And then next turn, we're probably just going to Usohachi, the Borsalino, take a blocker out of there, and just swing everything. That's what I'm thinking. If I didn't do that, I don't know why I wouldn't do that. So let's see what we decide to do. And then we'll block this, and we'll counter out of that. Yep, counter with the other two law promos. And then he's going to swing with his Luffy card. He shouldn't swing with Borsalino. He knows he has to keep that blocker up. So he's just going to try to take out one of my big bodies. And then we'll actually just take that with the other one. We shouldn't use life right there. Yep. Keep our bigger bodies up. Our strongest characters only have 8k power, so we have to be smart about who we're going to keep. So we're going Usohachi, get the Borsalino out of there, and we'll just swing everything we have into his life. And that should be game. We should have this. 8 into 7. Takes it, has to, has no choice. And then we'll go, we'll just go, what, 2-2, we'll go 9-10-10, or 9-9-10. Yeah, we should go 9-9-10. And that should be game here, guys. I don't think he has much to get out of this with having 3 cards in hand. He shouldn't have the counter with how we're going to be swinging into it. So, thank you guys for watching the video. I really appreciate it. If you guys can leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, all the love's appreciated. If you guys have any questions about the decks that we've been running, let us know in the comments below. And thank you guys again so much for clicking on the video and just watching it, and we appreciate your time. Alright guys, take care, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Back everything.